you had a wonderful February. Some of you had a great February on the surface, but the heart is still mending. I took my time with your reading. You're actually the last, even though I'm a Taurus, and I tend to do Taurus first, because I wanted to release February. I wanted to let it, let it go and come to you and to me, to our reading, with as much clarity as possible. And comparing to February. A lot of things from my own reading for February resonated and were accurate. Some were an almost, but that was with me. That's okay. It's a general reading. It can't be perfect for everybody. I guess me included. I ask to tap into the collective of the zodiac that I give a reading for. So I'm asking to tap into the collective of the Taurus. So that collective includes me, but it also includes others with other narratives, which is why we're taking what we can and letting go of what we can't take. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for March 2018. You are so ready for it to also sit inside of you in accuracy. It seems organized, seems perfect, but something hasn't completely clicked on the inside. Maybe fears, waiting for something to go wrong just out of habit. Maybe there's a missing piece of the puzzle still. Let's see what March brings us. I would like to emphasize the importance of how elusive time is when it comes to tarot and occult in general. Seeing the future, it depends on whether or not you take the advice, what it is that you do with the knowledge. Things can shift, can change. Not everything depends on you. Life are dynamic. So maybe this will be as accurate as possible to the month of March. Maybe it will stretch a little bit over the next few months, the things that I will say. Maybe it won't resonate with you at all. Maybe one of you is watching this a year from now, and now it resonates with them. It's an elusive thing, tarot. Life. Future. Keep that in mind. I've learned that the hard way from my journey with the tarot. I've been studying this for approximately 13 years. And when you study tarot, you go through the journey of the cards. And many people don't understand that the cards are not divination. That's one aspect of them, one very superficial aspect of them. But mostly they are a spiritual journey for growth and awareness. And the taller the tree, the deeper the roots. Meaning, to get to certain levels of awareness, you have to go deep into the darkness of your psyche, into the darkness of life. And in that journey that I went through with the tarot and the crazy lessons, the spiritual lessons and the karmic lessons and the 3D reality lessons, I've learned that time is not strict. And it all depended on my work and my spiritual evolution, my understandings of things, and my actions in accordance. There's a reason why the cards don't fall down. This was important for me to say. This was important for you to hear. right? This is this journey of you and me and this channel. And thank you so much for being a part. I so appreciate it. I can't even begin. Really, I'm humbled that you're watching, that you're trusting. Thank you. This is not just about what is going to happen to me in the next week, because it's not how it works. That's not how it works. If you're watching my videos and you know that's not how it works with me. I see the energy, I see the map, I see the options. Sometimes I see determinism. Sometimes I see things in sharp clarity, but even that is subject to change by divine, by spirit, by things that we don't understand, that are bigger than us. I change tarot decks according to what I feel like in the intuition. That's why sometimes I have this deck, sometimes another. There we go. Hello. Wheel of Fortune fell like this. Not like this, not like this, but like this. I'm going to keep it this way. I'm going to look at the other cards and make my decisions. Give me a second. Yeah, it's too many cards fell. I'm going to bring them back. What I am taking is two that flipped. Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. 9 and Knight. Two individuals on a very slow, stable, strong journey, approaching one another. But there is a wall between them. This one is not moving. She's very safe and guarded behind the walls. And this one is moving slowly. This is the Knight of Pentacles, the element of earth. And what fell before them was the Wheel of Fortune. So if this is stagnation, which can go with the Knight of Pentacles depending on the situation. If this is swift change and movement and the inner cycles and the universal cycles are in constant movement. And you see here the seasons and the changes. This is somewhere in the middle, meaning it's happening. It was here. It's the negative aspect of the Knight of Pentacles. Now it's moving towards the positive expression. It's not yet in the positive expression. The movement is still slow. So either you, this is all you, are tapping into your wealth and prosperity and independence and abundance, financial opportunities that are coming your way. But they're coming slowly and steady. And you are taking them. You know what to do with them, but you're taking them slowly and steady. And this is good. This is what you need right now, Taurus, right? There's a reason why I have so much earth here. There's a reason why the wheel is moving, but you need that. You've had years of this and this and this and this and upside down and upright, and your life has been shifting. 9 years, some of you have been going through this cycle for 9 years, which makes sense. The 9 is the number of the cycle and the ending of the cycle, and then comes the 10. The Wheel of Fortune is 10. Knight of Pentacles can represent the number 1. So there is the ending of a very strong journey to fulfillment and to independence and a lot of strength. And it was a heavy journey. There was many lessons, a lot of growth. It kind of connects to what I described in the beginning of my journey with the tarot. And the 10 can become the 1, the new journey, still stable, still strong, but the Knight of Pentacles is one level above the 9 of Pentacles, not in like status or, more so in the numerological count in the tarot, because we have in every suit of Pentacles, for example, we have Ace, the 1 through the 10 of Pentacles, and then starts the Knight, I'm sorry, and then starts the prince, the page, and then the knight, and then the queen, and then the king. So I feel like this was the journey. Now all the changes and the craziness and sometimes stagnation, sometimes intense movement are shifting slowly, which is better for you. You like the slow wheel movement. And it's gonna get here, but not yet. We're talking about March. This is where we are in March. Like I said, time is elusive. Maybe for some of you it will be faster and you'll get here and here much faster. Maybe for some of you it will be slower, so maybe you're still a little bit in here and the knight is not moving and this one is still standing. Another aspect of the 9 and the Wheel of Fortune. See, when I have the Wheel of Fortune with the number 9 coming up, I know there are fated things that are at work. When I don't have the number 9s and I have like very psychological, energetic work kind of cards, then I'm like, okay, it's interchanges, it's process. Things depends on us. But when I have such strong earth elements that are very steady and certain, one of them is 9. The other is the Wheel of Fortune. The sky are involved in your journey right now, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. The process is very specific. If it's faster or slower, that depends on your story and your journey, your specific private journey, not the collectives. But the collective, I feel, of the element of Earth could be also not just Taurus, could be also Virgo and Capricorns. The collective of the element of Earth is going through an evolution. It's tapping into a better element of Earth. And when I say a better element of Earth, it kind of connects me to what humanity is going through when it comes to Mother Nature right now, to Gaia, to the Earth. We, for centuries, have been abusing it, drying it. It is very symbolic what we do to the cows. The cow is probably the most miserable creature on Earth right now. What we do, steaks, burgers, meat, what we do to this tortured animal, this beautiful, gentle, sweet of a creature is just beyond comprehension to me. And it's so symbolic to what we as humanity also do to the planet, to Earth, because the cow is the great mother. The cow is the ultimate archetypal symbol of the Earth, of the great mother. And we suck at her life force. We take her milk, we take her baby, we take her freedom, we take her flesh. And that's where we were and still are with how we treat Earth. I'm talking about Earth because it's a reading for Taurus, and because I have 2 pentacles here. What else will I say? There's no other element in front of me other than Earth right now. That is going through a very interesting cycle. 1, 9. The 10, the cycle. The completion of the cycle. The 9 is also the completion of the cycle. The 1 is coming back to the 1. Or starting a new cycle. You're getting my picture. I'm getting lost in myself. And now there's in the past few years, especially since social media and the internet, knowledge is everywhere. It's no longer, what we do to Mother Nature is no longer hidden. The science already knows climate change, global warming. We somehow know what it is, the effects of what it is that we do. When it comes to the symbol of the Earth, to the cow, there's also growing awareness when it comes to that. There's more, sustainable nutrition instead of meat. There's more like vegan products, plant-based protein, etc. And I feel like this is very representative. You, Taurus, are going through a similar journey as the cow, as the Earth. And you're going through the journey of learning the dry element of the Earth, the harsh element of the Earth, the harsh lessons, the heavy lessons, the survival lessons of the lacking. You are shifting towards the wealth, a lot of wealth, towards the having. Taurus is what I have. What am I holding? Or what am I lacking? Or what I don't have? You know, the scale has two extremes, two different expressions, but it's still the same scale of having or not having. And we're going through that shift from not having, from being in lack to having. And I feel like March, which is the end of the winter and almost the beginning of the spring. Again, symbolic. Symbolism here is gorgeous. I feel like towards spring or April, May, things will really start to sit down properly. If now it's organized on the surface, but you're still not exactly finding yourself in it, heart, psyche, you will find yourself in the coming few months. March is still kind of, again, general reading. You know where you're at. All right, great start. Great start for our reading. Spiritual. Meaningful. That's what I like. That's the kind of readings I like. Don't get me wrong, I love it when I get like really specific answers about a narrative, about a story. Who's against who, when I get like characters. It's great, it's relevant. But this makes me feel like what I do has a bit of a deeper and bigger value to you. You get to learn something. And also, that was the first thing. There's also just the aspect of there's a woman here behind a wall, standing, waiting, in her world, in her realm. There's a man here on the squirrel, moving yet very slowly. And there's the wheel turning. So even though it's a very slow movement, there's still movement. And that's interesting. Now, I'm repeating this because it's important in case someone doesn't understand or doesn't know yet. When I say man and woman, it can be man and man. It could be woman and woman. It's the energy of the masculine. It's the energy of the feminine. You can be a divine feminine in a man's body. You can be a divine masculine in a woman's body. I love you all. I'm happy to have you all. The cards that fell. Okay. Six of Cups. Family. Generations. Again, the changing times and the currents between childhood and being grown up and being old. The cycle, the life and the death, right? And here we had Earth, right? We had the Nine of Pentacles, we had the Knight of Pentacles. Now we have the Six of Cups. You see the Earth in the background. There, these children and the old couple are sitting on Earth, but there's the water sneaking themselves in, the flow. Things are starting to flow, to feel, or flowing. I can't find another word. Then, the sun. Now the sky and the universe are joining. We're feeling safe and secured right here in the 3D on the earth. The emotion is slipping in, and now the sun is like, okay, you're tapped. You're tapped into yourself. You're tapped into your elements, Taurus, of the earth. And now the water, because you need water to not be the dry expression of the earth, but the fertile element of the earth. Now I'm going to shine on you. You know, God helps to those who help themselves. You tapped in. You found it. You found that journey of yours where you are supposed to be, and you're walking it, and you're tapping into your elements, and you're planting seeds in now this new fertile earth. And if in the former cards there was one character in each card, now they're all together, finding themselves in the same card, in the same story. They're planting seeds for the future. And then the sun comes with the sunflowers that grew from the seed that we planted. Now we can really see it. Now we can really feel it. Right, Taurus? You have been giving birth to projects that are very accurate with your vibration. It's accurate. And when you are accurate, when your elements are accurate, that's when nature can blossom. And the sun can shine. There's financial success and there's emotional awareness. And this was established in February. It's been established for a good few months now. I feel like for the past 3 months. Now we're feeling it. We're actually, it was the battle of like making it happen, and now we're actually feeling it. We're seeing it. And I have these two. 7 of Wands and the 4 of Swords. Someone is lingering in the back. Someone is lingering in the back. Still playing victim, still not sure, still overthinking, still trying to figure out what is more important than the other. But they're doing the work. Let me show you. Kind of rearranged. Can you see it? See this? See it? The Knight of Wands here is holding the wand. He's on a squirrel. He's coming. He's slow moving, but moving. You guys are moving, or someone else is moving. You're either this or that, or you're both. And I feel like the same wand here is here held by this character. It's like he's off his squirrel. Had to handle some nonsense and figure out, wait, which one is my wand? I lost my wand within all this, because when we overthink things and we're stagnant and slow, too slow, then we're kind of losing track of what it is that made us start all this thinking process in the first place. And this is what's causing the stagnation. This is why it's like this and not like this, right? So if this is you guys, I need you to drop the dead load. Get up. Too many great things here to stay fearful. Now, there's also a good chance, you know, the more you succeed, the more you have, the more the wolves are coming to just wait for your fall. Everybody loves the victim, but no one loves it when the victim actually rises above everyone else. Because they enjoyed being in the place of, you know, we're the strong, and your troubles and your issues make us feel like we're stronger and better and so grateful for our life. But now that you're amazing and strong, where does it put us? If you manage to get from here all the way up there and we're still here, then no. Right? So they just kind of want to see that maybe it's wrong, maybe it's a lie, maybe you're not as great. Looking at you, waiting. But you shouldn't be like this. You should be like this, being like, sorry, bye. Sorry, not sorry. Or, this is in your head. You're waiting for the failure. You're waiting to realize that all of this doesn't really exist and you don't really deserve it and it's going to crack down. But I don't have the tower here. And now that I spoke of it, maybe the tower will come up. I don't know. We'll figure it out if it happens. But this ice, it's so not resonating with the sun and with these waters. Everything is so... Here the earth is dry again, frozen. We just unfroze it. Why? Is this the person that you're dealing with that keeps bringing you there? keeps bringing you back there, don't let them. Make them be in movement. Make them like this rather than stagnant. Let's keep going. Taurus, March 13th. This is interesting. I want to clarify the Seven of Wands and Four of Swords because I already know because of the shape. I know my cards so well. I spoke of, oh, we don't have the Tower here, and yet we do have the Tower here. See, if you don't accept this, and if you remain stagnant with your fears and with your habits, the Tower moment will come. Or if the person that you're dealing with keeps trying to pull you back down to the dry earth when you're already out of it, you're already in your fertility, because they're scared, because they're afraid, the Tower moment will come to them, and it will be benevolent for you guys, for Taurus, because they need the shake-up. This is stagnant, frozen, not moving. This is shaking the shit out of things. Excuse my language. I kind of feel like this character here that is holding this wand, that is coming for the rescue, is this guy here with his wands, playing hero. Okay. Maybe with all this great success, there will be some sort of antagonism for this from your environment or family or work. I don't know what you take it to your thing, and that will cause a little bit of a shakeup. Clarify the Tower, please. With the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune and the Sun, the universe is doing its work on you guys, seriously, but I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's part of the shift that is happening in the sky with Taurus. The stars that are going to be so much aligning so much better for you guys, for us, comes May. Oh, yes, love, 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 love. The stagnation will end. Something will shake someone's life in order for them to really tap into how they really truly feel. And this is all the water that were needed in this earth to make it completely fertile and out of this freeze, stagnant, kind of harsh element of earth. We had a little bit of water come in here. We have a little bit of water in the background in the sun. But this is the ultimate water element. This is the Ace of Cups. This is the embodiment of love and flow and faith and renewal and truth, inner truth. It's like drinking a very refreshing, huge cup of water in a hot desert day under the sun. Yeah. Okay, and I asked for it to clarify. This could, for some of you, this is sexuality. Because if I ask to clarify the Tower, which has the reference of sex, plain and simple. Look at it. I mean, come on, right? And then comes the Ace of Cups. Then this could be just that. And that might be the thing that shakes someone up to understanding how they feel. Yeah, sometimes sex. I don't know who this speaks to. So many Tauruses are watching. It must speak to some of you at least. If it does, please write me. I want to know. Okay, I need the confirmation. This reading is not over. I can feel it. I feel like we're maybe halfway through. It's very interesting. Okay, more cards, please. Let's see what's up with Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the next month of March. 2018. Things need to get mixed a little bit more in the sky before they come down to the 3D to manifest in your reality. Too many cards. Too many cards. Sorry. Such OCD. Things are mixing. Things are mixing in the 5D, in the spiritual realm, in the energetic realm. The cake that you made is still baking in the oven. The heat still needs to do its work. The alchemy is still at work. You will see the results, but you will also see a little bit of a mishmash and a mess. Remember, the wheel is still like this. It's not yet like this. Okay. Right on the Wheel of Fortune, and also laying down. Queen of Swords can represent Aquarius, it can represent February. With the Wheel of Fortune laying down, it's exactly why I wanted to wait till February is over to do this reading. February needs to be out. The energy of the last month needs to really clear out. Not necessarily the people or the events, etc. It's just in the sky. It's just with the stars. It's above us. That's A. Second, remember the conversation that I had about the cow and the earth and the connection? We are still going through the freeze, phase, where we are still in between the cold, dry land and the warm, fertile land. The sun still needs to have all this melt into flowing waters. It's still a bit snowy. And notice this. I have this Four of Swords in the snow and he's laying down. She's normally sitting upright, right? But she fell like this and she's also laying down. This couple here, I'm saying it because of the elements, okay? Because they're both laying down. They still need to step out of their stagnation. And maybe if the little bit of water and sun that is coming in this month is not going to help, then the Tower moment will come. Universe will step in as it does, as it has been, I feel like, in the past few months. And maybe it needs a little more in order to bring like a really heavy flow of waters and sun to melt this freeze. This really reminds me of the story of Noah's Ark, the Jewish religion, Jewish Bible. Everyone was a sinner. Everybody was causing a mess. God was like, I'm done with this. Find your boat. I'm going to drown everything. Only the right ones will survive. Who will survive this? Who will survive the flood? In your story, there are a lot of people involved. Tower moments will happen in the next month. Not all of them are going to survive. The right ones will survive. That makes any sense? I mean, it must make some sense. You must know what I mean, right? I'm still trying to make sense of it. I'm going to watch it again afterwards. Also, the aspects of it, the Queen of Swords, she's so, idealist and sharp and smart, but also very overprotective and still used to, holding the fort, protecting the castle. That's something that no one will come and hurt her, especially not with their, declarations of love, because there must be something behind it that is deceitful. No, it can't be that good. Something must be wrong. So she's like, to let her guards down. Because the guards will be down whether she likes it or not. So she might as well just flow with it. Aha. More? Okay. All right. Wow. She is very free. Very connected to her journey. Three of Wands. And it's kind of also like, again, connected to the story of Noah, where they were drifting in the waters for such a long time. They started to doubt whether they'll actually ever find land. So they sent off one of the birds, and they were like, okay, the birds comes back. There's no land. If the birds disappear and don't return, then they are on land. And we're good. We're on the right track. It's like she's sending the birds. Am I close to land or am I not close to land? It's like you guys are like, I feel that I'm close. I feel like there's land. I feel like my land is so close. But is it? Is it not? Spirit, dreams, tarot, guides, tell me. Birds, be off. Give me a sign if there's a land or there's not. And you know what? There is. But right now you're still in the water. You're still past the era of the sins and the mess and the imbalance, the craziness. And now the past couple of months, it was this, you know. The world was shaking and you got on a boat and now you're on your way to safety. You were saved from all this mess. But you're still on your way to safety, and you know what? You are there this month. It's coming. Okay? Three of Wands. It's, beautiful. Look, this is a part of a journey. You have been in that journey in February. You have been on this journey in January, but it keeps going from heavier to just heavy to mediocre. Now it's a bit lighter, not lighter. Oh, freedom. Sun, light. And I feel like this journey is going to happen throughout this end of winter / beginning of spring. I think it also makes sense with the astrology. Until May, we're still releasing the past 9 years or 9 months, each of you with their own story, but I feel like it's more like 9 years. We've been going through such an intense journey of growth, and now it's the bridge, like the time of, things are going away, new things are coming in, and there's still that, a little bit of each, but the balance is changing, and there's less and less of this frozen earth and more of this water and this freedom and the sun. And I feel like by summer, so many of you are going to feel like you're literally living a different life that you never knew you would, like, completely. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Head of Wands. Swift communication coming in. Opportunity, perhaps. Knight of Swords. Maybe this is the individual or the opportunity or the event that will bring in this swift communication. Knight of Swords moves fast. Eight of Wands is fast. It's fire. Very different from how we started. Remember? The Knight of Pentacles, it moves very slow. The Nine of Pentacles, it just sits in her wealth and safety. Now there's like Eight of Wands. The universe is like, okay, I did my things. I did not. Huge communication. Not sure where it's leading towards yet, but okay. Knight of Cups. Queen of Cups. Page of Cups. This is like a happy family. And the final one I will conclude with, because it's just the best card so far other than the Sun that came out. the Ten of Cups. I want to show it to you the way it came out. I'll organize it and show it to you. Of course, my Taurus readings are always the longest. I love all of these zodiacs, but this is like, I'm trying to be clear in comparison to my narrative and the collective Taurus narrative. It requires me to really own up to my skills, you know? So, a lot of water. Finally, we went through a lot of earth to a lot of water. And this is all going to be throughout March, all through November. Swift communication and movement comes in very swiftly into your life, or maybe you're coming very swiftly into someone else's life. And then it becomes gentle. The swords becomes a cup. So the strong, fast communication is kind. It's caring. It's containing. And it's towards the Queen of Cups, right? It's facing the Queen of Cups. Now, the reason I'm saying this turns into this is because of how they came out, right? If it was the other way around, I would say, oh, it starts nice, but it leads into battle. But here, it's just like it comes fast, but with good intentions. Also, the Eight of Wands is a very positive card. So if I have, you know, the Knight of Swords is tricky. I always look at him depending on his surroundings. So because I have this surrounding, I'm taking him as fast but positive. Now, why am I saying March through November? Because even though they're facing each other, and even though the Queen of Cups is so emotional and beautiful and caring and loving and intuitive and accepting, she's also extremely truthful, and she doesn't take bullshit, right? And she also represents Scorpio, which is the month of November. And here we have Pisces, the month of March right now, also water. Now, when I'm saying Scorpio, when I'm saying Pisces, I don't intend that it's only these individuals under these zodiac signs. That's just their energy. That's just the essence of, you know, their role play in your life right now, whether it's you or whoever you're thinking about. And here we have 3, maybe 4 individuals, and notice what happens here. Now they conclude into these 4 individuals in the Ten of Cups. I don't necessarily think that it's 4 individuals as much as the different elements and aspects of you and maybe someone that you're thinking about. And also it gives me time and a chronological story of how the behavioral pattern, you know, grows. The pattern of the behavior, whatever. Here, he's coming with an open cup. Here, he's drinking his cup, but she's holding her cup safe. This is going to be a process of learning how to trust again. And it's going to be built beautifully and with good communication, but safely and calmly. And it will lead to this. I don't necessarily think it's, again, not all of you. Maybe some of you will be now in March. Maybe some of you will be in 2 years from now. But I do believe that you're on your process towards this. That now is the phase where the water are coming in, where clarity is coming in, where positive communication is coming in, where emotional offers are coming in. You or the other way around, maybe you were doing this and the other one is accepting, or someone else is coming towards you and you're the one who's accepting. But this character here is holding her cup safe. Because this is what we had before this, right? An explosive of emotion, explosive expression of the heart of emotion with no filters, no filters. And here It's more gentle. Started with the explosion, but it becomes more gentle because this is apparently what is needed. Will you hold your cup all to your own and drink it, or will you share it? There will be delicate work between these two individuals about kind of finding, maybe these two represent yourself, just one person, and you're finding the balance within yourself. But let's, for the narrative, say between these individuals of learning how to trust again, opening the cup again, learning how to give and communicate in the way that is acceptable. And it will certainly turn out into this. The Ten of Cups has been coming up a lot in readings in the past month. I'm not sure that all of you are in the Ten of Cups, which is joy and fulfillment and marriage and children and just fulfillment of all wishes. Maybe some of you are, maybe some of you are on that journey. But either way, if it's tomorrow, it's today, right? Time is an illusion. If it's next year, it's today. Be in that feeling. Have the serenity that it's already yours because you're building it. It doesn't matter that right now it feels like this, but you're growing, you're changing, you're doing this, and your foundation is super strong and stable. It's what you needed. It's what you've been working on for the past 9 years, some of you, right? And now you're finally here. You finally have that stable ground, stable earth, and you have the ability to contain the water, the emotion. Before that, rocky earth, rocky foundations, and a lot of emotions. But now it's like, it's so calm and the element. It's like, here also, calm and in the element, they understand each other. Before that, there was disharmony between you and people in your life or in romantic relationships. Now that you're tapped into your element, you are attracting people who are also tapped into their element. More likely, these two elements, yours and theirs, are communicating well, are syncing well. And there comes the harmony. I'm breathing now because it's one thing, to know that you're on a specific journey inside. It's another to actually see tangible results. And I've been seeing tangible things that prove to me that I'm on this journey that I'm feeling. But it's still partial. It's still not completely there. So you always have your doubts, right? We always have our doubts. And if we are wrong, if this reading is wrong, if it doesn't speak to you, if you're feeling like, oh, this is not me, if come a month later, coming April, you're like, oh, none of it. Maybe your process is slower. Maybe you'll tap into this journey a bit later. And maybe I'm just not your reader, but those of you who resonate with me, I feel like trust is needed. Just in the moments that you have doubts, just breathe deep. Remember how far you've come, right? Remember certain things that you had that happened to you and what you have accomplished since, or what you have achieved, or victories that you had over those challenges, and just be like, okay, this is the proof. This is the proof that this is not detached or crazy. I've been right so far in situations that seemed impossible, but my intuition led me, and either my brain thought I was crazy or reality showed me temporarily that I was crazy, but then ultimately victory and achievement and growth and Manifestation after manifestation. And here you are. So acknowledge that. And allow yourself to be like, okay, maybe I'm not, maybe the reality as I see it with my eyes is not the reality as I see it with my pineal gland, the third eye, the, intuition. That's okay. If I'm right, then I'll find out. And if I'm wrong, that's okay as well. Because it's leading me to a good place for me, even if I don't understand it right now. We need to be able to have that maturity, the spiritual maturity. Yeah. Okay. Taurus, thank you for staying tuned with me for the past 50-something minutes. Appreciate that. Have a wonderful, wonderful March. I love to read your comments. In case you think that I appreciate every like, every subscriber. I read all the comments, all of them. And I'm very grateful. I'll see you again in April. Love. Bye.